Here we are. Let's get into our acolyte coverage. Why the term Jedi is problematic. This is an article from scientificamerican.com. Oh, all the links to all of our news stories, including this one, are in the description for this episode. And very interesting article, Alan, if you would put that up, and I'll just read the title. Why the term Jedi is problematic for describing programs that promote justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. They're meant to be heroes within the Star Wars universe, but the Jedi are inappropriate symbols for justice work. Alan, if you would.
All right. The acronym Jedi has been a popular term for branding academic committees and labeling STEM. Oh my God, STEM: science, technology, engineering, mathematics, and medicine initiatives focused on social justice issues. Used in this context, Jedi stands for justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. In recent years, this acronym has been employed by a growing number of prominent institutions and organizations, including National Academies of Science, Engineering, and Medicine. At first glance, Jedi may simply appear to be an elegant way of explicitly build justice into more common formulas of DEI, productivity shifting our ethical focus in the process. Productively, okay. Jedi has these important affordances. Oh my God, but also inherits another notable set of meanings. It shares a name with the superheroic protagonist of the science fiction Star Wars franchise, the Jedi. With the narrative world of Star Wars, to be a member of the Jedi is seemingly to be a paragon of goodness, a principal guardian of order and protector of the innocent. This set of pop cultural associations is one that some Jedi initiatives and advocates explicitly allude to. Oh my God. Whether intentionally or not, the labels we choose for our justice-oriented initiatives open them up to a broader universe of associations, branding them with meanings, and in the case of Jedi, binding them to consumer brands. Though its connections to Star Wars, the name Jedi can inadvertently associate our justice work with stories and stereotypes that are a galaxy far, far away from the values of justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion. The question we must ask is whether the conversations started by these connections are ones that we want to have. Let's see. I'm just going to skip to here. The Jedi are inappropriate mascots for social justice. Although they're ostensibly heroes within the Star Wars universe, the Jedi are inappropriate symbols for justice work. They are a religious order of intergalactic police monks prone to white saviorism and toxic masculinity approaches to conflict resolution, violent duels with phallic lightsabers, gaslighting by the means of Jedi mind tricks, etc. The Jedi are also an exclusionary cult membership to which is partly predicated on the possession of heightened psychic and physical abilities or force sensitivity. Strikingly, force-wielding talents are narratively explained in Star Wars, not merely in spiritual terms, but in ableist and eugenic ones. These supernatural powers are naturalized as biological, hereditary attributes. So it is that force potential is framed as a dynastic property of noble bloodlines. For example, the Skywalker dynasty. And force disparities are rendered innate physical properties measurable via midichlorian counts, not unlike a force genetic test. The augmentable via humanoid engineering. The heroic Jedi are thus emblems for a host of dangerous reactionary values and assumptions. Sending the message that justice work is akin to cosplay is bad enough. Dressing up our initiatives in symbolic garb of the Jedi is worse.
I get it. They're saying it's a bad I think that people should stop using that Jedi term to describe social justice. What do you think, Alan, based on that?
Like you say, I mean, yeah, oh man, because they're trying to be cute early on.
They're trying to, but also they are just. We're going to get to the acolyte. It's our next topic. It's they've so destroyed it with this show. I don't know why you'd want to use it for anything.
Mm-hmm. And then, some would claim that was the point. This show is basically taking the Jedi down, and
yes.
And it's this misguided. Hey, if we associate our cause with these consumer brands, as they call it, you're just running into trouble. But to me, it's this idea that common sense is what we've always talked about. The common sense, if we just ran our lives based on just pure common sense, life would be so much easier. But we've complicated things. We're bringing in identity politics, diversity, equity, inclusion. We're just muddling down these things where common sense no longer feels common. In fact, common sense feels, you might as well throw MAGA in front of common sense.
Right. Well, I don't think common sense is left or right. I don't think it's Republican or Democrat. I don't think it's progressive, liberal, conservative. Common sense is just, Well,
it's principles that all of humanity shares, regardless of where you come from, who you are, the body you live in.
Exactly. And since we have lost all common sense, this is where the divide happens. This is where I very plainly say, hey, the show's not great. You pointed out that even Grace Randolph is checked out on Acolyte. I'll find your Twitter was on fire. Alan,
man. When you get on a roll, when I get on a roll, I get on a roll.
Oh my God, you are great.
You were I haven't blown up like this since episode 3.
Yeah, you were pissed. You were pissed. I found it. Wait, let me share that. I'll share it. Don't worry about it here. Okay. I was like, what did Alan think? Oh my God. You were amazing. Here you are. Someone just turned to the dark side. Grace Randolph, the acolyte. Oh man, that was awful. A lot of people, because she has been a big defender of it.
She absolutely has been.
Yeah.
And we'll be open. You can check the videos, but we were on board with She-Hulk until we were not on board with She-Hulk. I think we fell into the Grace Randolph trap there, where we were looking for the good in it, and we found the good in it, embraced it, and then it just got to the point where we can't justify this anymore.
Well, the fact that Grace Randolph is out, that so more and more people are waking up. I think what's really sad is so many people coming after me, I'm like, I don't like this show. Shill more. Okay, by the way,
how does that work?
This whole thing that we're doing, I'm surprised I even have to say this. By the way, folks, the funeral is a joke. It's a joke. You are a stupid person if you take this seriously. This entire thing, the funeral, is a joke, not unlike Critics' Court, where we put Lucasfilm and Disney on trial for the death and the murder of the Star Wars franchise. It's a joke. Now, a joke is a way sometimes to make a serious point. And I feel like jokes and humor is a sign of intelligence. If you can understand layers of a joke, you have to keep many ideas in mind at once. So jokes require intelligence. I've never dealt with more stupid people than I have on Twitter about the Acolyte. May the force be with the soul of Film Threat. It is in fact dead. It's a joke, folks. It's a joke.
What I find interesting is, you know, we are hating on a show, a television show, and then our critics hate on us. You
Yeah.
know, it's not the other way around. We're not jumping after the people who criticize us.
Yeah.
We're jumping after a damn television show, a stupid movie. And yet, I don't, you know, and I have to believe this: the people who are coming after us and the other YouTubers who are taking the show down, I don't think they've seen the Acolyte either.
Right. And also, I used to not do this. I'm blocking people. I don't care anymore. If you've got a little anime or cartoon logo and not a real name and like 100 or you have 20 followers or whatever, block. I don't need, you're a bot, you're not a real person, and you're not genuinely willing to engage in a debate. And that's the point of Critics Court, was to bring people together who don't agree. I invited some very prominent people who are Lucasfilm defenders. Let's talk. This is what nerds used to do. We would get together, we talk about things we love, we talk about things we did not like about things. We moved on. But this new crop of nerds doesn't understand it. They're not adults. They are children in adult-sized bodies, if not actual children.